Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to the channel. I am Sheika if you're new, and welcome to a new video. A good sis requested that I do a video showing you a everyday makeup routine. So if you want to see how I get into my everyday makeup routine, go ahead and continue watching. Hopefully y'all don't hear my little fan down here, but if you do, that's what it is. It's my fan, okay? I decided not to turn my AC on. So for starters, let's go ahead and do our eyebrows. I am going to be using this LA Girl brow pencil. So it has a spoolie on one end, and then it has the brow pencil on the other one. So we're going to use our spoolie first, and we're going to brush up our brows. Now, fortunately for me, my eyebrows have been waxed, so they're already kind of done up, but I'm going to act as if I didn't have them waxed, just so you guys can kind of get an idea of what I do when I'm wearing everyday makeup. So I'm going to just fill them in just a little bit. All dressed up in black and white, and I'm just in that dress you like. Love is swinging in the air tonight. Baby, show me a few things. Baby, show me a few things. Baby, show me a few things about love. Yeah. Baby, show me a few things. Baby, show me a few things about love. So after we fill in our brows, I like to go ahead and go into my concealer. And so the concealer I'm going to be using today is the LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer. It's the oldie, but it's a goodie, and it still get the job done, child. With our concealer, we're just going to clean up our brows. So just in case if you mess up, it's okay. Killer, my filler, yeah, you're a classic, and you're all mine. As long as you got your suit and tie, I'ma leave it all on the floor tonight. You got fixed up to the nines, baby, show me a few things. All dressed up in black and white, and I'm just in that dress you like. Love is swinging in the air tonight, baby, show me a few. And just to explain what I did, I went ahead and cleaned up my brows with my concealer. I just traced my brow under the bottom, and I traced it on the top. Don't worry about how you're going to blend it, because if you don't know how to blend it, I'll show you how to blend it, okay? So the same thing we did with brow number 1, we're going to do the same thing with brow number 2. Product down. Do the same for the top. Alright, so now that we got both brows outlined, we are going to go ahead and blend out this concealer. So what I'm doing is I'm just pulling it down and I'm blending it out. For the top, I'm gonna go up with it. Don't worry about the residue, because the foundation is going to cover up the residue. So I'm just blending it out. Do the same thing for both sides. And what I like to do, I like to cover my eyelid, because most times, especially when I'm doing my everyday makeup, as we are today, I don't wear eyeshadow. So I like to cover up my entire lid with the concealer, because what that does is that evens it out. That evens it out.
Alright, so now that our brows are done in their outline, what I like to do is get the spoolie. I like to blend it. I like to blend it because I don't like that box look. Alright guys, so now that our eyebrows are done, let's go ahead and moisturize our face. Normally I do that first, however today I didn't. So what I'm going to use as far as moisture is the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Face Cream.
I search to find the love within. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you. I can't let go. My friends wonder what is wrong with me.
Alright, so now that we are moisturized, we are going to go in with the primer, honey. And the primer that we are using today is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop.
I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. Some people go around the world for love.
Alright, so now that we are moisturized and we are primed, honey, next I want to go ahead and get into our foundation and our concealer. So because it's everyday like makeup wear, I try to use as less product as possible. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do like my concealer routine, and then I'll get into my foundation. I'm gonna explain it while I'm doing it, just so you can, I guess, follow along, if that makes sense. So I go up under my eye with my concealer. Go up under both eyes. Down the bridge of my nose. I'm going to put some on my chin. I'm gonna put some on the sides of my mouth. And I'm gonna put some on my forehead. Right? So on both sides of my cheek, my chin, on the side of my mouth, down the bridge of my nose, and on my forehead. And now we're just going to blend it all out. I got a beauty blender somewhere, but we're not gonna use that today. All right, so now let's go ahead and blend that out.
I would like to get to know if you could be the kind of girl that you took me down for. 'Cause when I look at you, I feel something tell me that you're the kind of guy that I should make a move on. And if I don't let you know, then I won't be for real. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on.
Make sure that concealer is blended really good. And so now what we're going to do is put our setting powder on top of that concealer. And the setting powder I'm using today is Airspun. I get this from Walmart, ghetto ass Walmart as I call it. And what we're gonna do is just follow up where we put our concealer. I'll put it here. and I pat it into my skin. I do not bake. I do not bake. Put it on top of our lid. I'll bring it here. We gotta get our forehead. And then we're gonna get the bridge of our nose, but I'm gonna take another brush and do that. And I just does that. Press it in. All right, so now that we have done our concealer, now let's do foundation. Today I will be using my Dior Foundation. All right, and so with this foundation, a little goes a long way, so I'm just gonna put a little bit on my arm just to heat it up a little bit. Now what I'm gonna do is go around the outside with my foundation.
Your friends bad too. Oh, you got the swag, so she drippin' swag do. You a bad girl and your friends bad too. Oh, you got the swag, so she drippin' swag do. Oh, you a bad girl and your friends.
And remember, you want to bring your foundation all the way down.
You a bad girl and your friends bad too. Oh, you got the swag, so she drippin' swag do. Oh.
Now, if you notice, I didn't put foundation all over my face. We're doing an everyday makeup routine, right? So less is always more, if that makes sense. Now, if I wanted a full beat, I would have definitely put my foundation all over my face. But because it's just like everyday makeup, I wanted it to be less. And so I just did my concealer where my concealer goes, and then I did around the outside with my foundation. Now, a lot of times I'll go back in with my setting powder. Why? I don't know. You don't have to do it, but that's just what I do. So I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna press that in, girl. Go back over my eyelid. All right, so now I did my powder all over again. Why I did that, girl, I don't know, but I just do it. You don't have to, but I just do. Concealer and foundation is done, honey. We are going to go ahead into the blush. Now, if this wasn't an everyday makeup look, I would have went in and I would have sculpted my face, but because we're not doing all of that, honey, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my blush. So the blush that I'm gonna use today is from the Saharan blush palette from Juvias place. I'll link everything down in the description box below.